Hello everyone. Apologies for the delay between videos. Fortunately, work is the busy season, so everything got busy at Christmas time, New Year's, etc., etc. Went away, and I booked videos on the back burner for a while. But this is now coming out. I do apologise for the delay. Thank you for being so patient with me. All I like to say is that you can see a lot more videos coming out this year in 2023. I'm working on a bit of a life balance, video balance sort of thing. It's taking a little while, but you know, go with the flow and make things happen naturally. I guess the more I fight trying to get videos out, the less time I get for it. So if I go with the flow, I can find time to make stuff happen, such as fixing the little fridge that I've got here for the Prado that I've got, which I haven't actually introduced yet, so apologies. That's going to be coming up, plus a video on how I've cleaned the intake out with the carbonising spray. Not that great, unfortunately. The exhaust is restricting airflow through out the motor, which is then causing the turbo to spool up very slowly, and then I'm losing a lot of power, which is frustrating. But that's why I've got work, to earn money, to save it up, to fix these issues. Speaking of issues, here's this video on the Honda CB250. Hope you enjoy it. Take care. Alright, just been to Adelaide Locksmiths with the, hold on a minute, get my hands free, as always. I need an extra pair of hands. Went with the lock and told them, I had a guess of what the bike that the tank was from. So it was either a Suzuki or a Kawasaki road bike, and sure enough, one of the keys that they had there was pretty much dead nuts accurate to the lock itself. So one of those ones. Too soft. Joe! Get a big hammer. So two keys that I got were $45, which is good. They just had to, I found the closest one they could, and then cut another one to match that. Lock, key, push hard, turn, big pull to get the key out. So yeah, I'm super stoked about that. That's awesome. A huge thank you to Adelaide Locksmiths. That is a huge favour you've done in finding a key for that. Alright, let's put that in a safe place so I don't lose it in this bag. Put one of the keys at least in the lock so I don't lose it. Got a key nearby. I'll see if I've got some cable ties or something for it. Otherwise, I'll just get a little carabiner just to hook them on, just temporarily until I can find a key ring. Anyway, it's a huge win in my books. Now it's time for gym. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, so I cleaned up this little plate that was really rusty, a bit pitted, but otherwise not in too bad condition. Got wax and grease remover, just to clean up all the surface ready for painting. We'll do one side first, let's touch dry, turn it over, paint the other side. just like that. One, painting it just so it doesn't like rust all the way through. So it rusts all the way through, then well, got to get a new one, or we're going to try and make one up identically the same. I don't want to be having to make an identical plate, so just frustrate the absolute crap out of me. Yeah, like all the other pieces here look really good. Probably just needs a rag cleanup more than anything. And some of these heads are rusty, but they're not really worth noteworthy repairs. That's just a bit of die cast on the cap. I better grab the rest of the cap while this is drying and just start working on putting it all back together, which will be just pretty much the opposite of taking it apart, except with more difficulty. Cap there. Right, and then in my pocket, keys, the cap, and then the tumbler and lock itself. If I remember correctly, these sit in here somewhat well-ish. I reckon it's in there that they seat. So if my head gets in the way, I can't exactly look up. My head's down. Yeah, I reckon they seat in there, like that. And this over the top. Gasket's still fitting quite alright, which is good. It's could be better, but it's still pretty good condition. Oh, something in here is not seating right. I wonder what it is. Just flip it over and have a look. Alright, it's sitting pretty good there. Look, that gasket should fit in there. Hold on. This is what I mean by the hard part of putting everything back, because you've got to set everything up right. If anything moves when you're setting it up, well, back to square one, pretty much. That one goes over that, I believe. And I think I'll push it all the way in when it comes time. It's in there. That one in there. Well, that's not going well. Need a screwdriver. Something's not right here. Something's not lining up. Let me just consult the video and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry I didn't show you, but this was a huge pain in the ass. So much so I had to scratch it. Anyway, that's all in fine, working well. Set up our springs in here, like so. Alright, I don't remember the next step. So let's do that. It pushed firm into there, but I also need that other plate, which looks fairly dry.
So again, waiting for paint to dry. That's an O-ring that sits there. I can set this up in here, like that. It's the first time you turn it, that's when it locks in, whoops, locks in place. I'm just wondering if I try and finish this off now, or just try and work on painting. You won't be able to fix die cast, are you? You can try and glue it, but I know that glue won't hold, it just will just look more complete. With power grip sticks anything, so let's see if it lives up to that reputation. I'm hoping that's enough, but we'll see. So we literally had to break this off to get the cap out, which is fine because it's not crucial. It's just extra security which would have been broken off anyway in the event that someone tried to open the cap forcefully. So no drama really. So a real bit of a juggling act to get this to work properly. But at least assemble it, then it's, well, pretty much video done. There you go about the rest of your day. Night, whatever time you're watching this, if you're watching this. Hope you're watching this. Paint's nearly dry-ish. So the top there, line everything up. That didn't work. Well, that's gone fantastically well. It always takes 3 times longer to put something back together than it does to do it in the first place. We'll get it undone. Right. That's back in. Might have to go like this. Probably should have done this from the start. So it's somewhat lined up now. Right. Screwdriver. This is a lot harder than I anticipated it to be. That screws tight. That screws tight. Perfect door. Let's try a key. Something's wrong here. Just know what's wrong. Nope, got it. Perfect. So now, when I turn the key, I got from Adelaide Locksmiths. Pulls it in, resets. No, it doesn't reset. Something's wrong here. Oh no, it does. Just doesn't sit quite neatly in there anymore, but it's fine as long as it works. Put the key in. Uh-oh. Something's not sat right in here. I think I put it in backwards. That should explain a lot. I have to do this whole bit again, which is frustrating, but beats not being able to get it out again. A little lost. Should all be working perfectly. I don't understand why it's not. Something missing in here. Let's see how this all behaves. I'm not talking anymore because I'm going to jinx myself. That's the first one I'm going to be working on. That side. Slam it down and hope it works. I'm sick of pulling this apart. Something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. And this plate is backwards. How many more times do I keep undoing this? Because I haven't got time. And flip that over. Really shouldn't matter, but it did for whatever reason matter. See, now it's working. Without releasing it where it is. There's a technique for this, I know there is. Just alright. Finally, after 26 minutes of doing this, back together. Alright, let me just chuck this over here. Right, well I hope you learned something from my struggles. Don't do this yourself, get someone else to do it. Save yourself a lot of agony and grief. Alright, on to the next part. Alright, just before we get started on this thing, like putting the cap back in that hole, first thing I'm going to do is actually clean all this out as best I can. Not that I have anything to line the fuel tank with. Just to get all the rust out while I can. Oh no, it's raining. Bugger that. Oh, this is infuriating. Huh. I mean, it wasn't great, but got pretty much all of it out. Not really. Let's just put this down on that. Get this back up. There we go. Now you put that cap back in. Alright, so we got a tank set up here. Won't actually tip the other way unless I spin it around. And move everything. God damn it, why did I do this to myself? Like that. So, won't have gravity helping me, but that's okay. I'm uncoordinated enough as it is. These bolts here. And okay, so what needs to happen here is I need to get this first bolt fed through in the bottom where I've re-glued the bottom plate in, which doesn't look like it's really holding on too well, but that's fine. I need to feed the bolt in through the top here, screw it in, and then 1, 2, 3 long bolts. So just show you from the top. 1, 2, 3 long bolts, and then the other ones are just for decoration, pretty much. Let's get it in. What could possibly go wrong? That little hole at the top there is just a breather hole, which I don't think you ever saw, but just for your reference, nothing actually fits in there. Alright, last big one in there, and then we'll swap over to time lapse for the last ones. Cool. Alright, let's go to time lapse. Alright, let's cut back in. Quite nice actually. So we've also got our lock working now, which is perfect, because now all we do is push that back in, set it up, and done. Winning. Back to square one again. So, in the spirit of being able to find things, I'll keep the key in. Alright, let's go put this back on that bike. Thank you for watching this last video on the Honda CB250. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. That way you can stay up to date with all my projects and also learn something new. I hope you've learned something new anyway. I'm going to take a little break from doing the motorcycle videos for a bit, just because I've got to do a heap of wiring and that's a bit of an inconvenience. Anyway, I'll leave it here. Be good, look after yourselves, go do something productive. Bye.